Hi, let me show you how I clean my gear. I'm Stanley Ong. Welcome to my channel. Before I start, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button below, and join me in my photography journey. Last week, as I was preparing myself to go back to a new norm, I decided to take out my gear and share with you how I clean my camera. So when do I clean my camera? I do a regular cleaning at least once a month, or when my camera is exposed to dust, dirt, salt, sand, and water. I usually start with my lens. First, I take out the lens cap, get my blower, and try to blow out all the big particles around my lens. I also try to zoom. If you're using a zoom or if you're cleaning a zoom lens, extend, try to blow any particles inside the lens or outside the lens. Afterwards, I try to blow out the buttons and switches also of the lens. Then, the next thing I do is take out the brush. I use a Lenspen. On one side, when you pull it out, it's a brush. I try to brush the particles or the dust that the blower couldn't take out. So I try to brush it out, clean it out, clean it up, and also the switches. Afterward, if I see on the lens, the glass, that there are smudges or stain that the blower and the brush couldn't take out, that's where I use a lens wipe. So I take out the lens wipe, open it up. So what I usually do is I open the wipe up, take one part, I do a circular motion. So I usually start in the middle and do a circular motion going out. Again, from inside, circular, going out. Okay? And wait for it to dry. And now it looks very clean. Right? Afterward, if I'm good with that, I try to give it a good wipe. Not the lens, but the body of the lens. A good wipe. And that's it. If you want to clean the glass behind the bottom of the lens, open it up, check if there are particles or dust. I don't see anything, but if you do, then do the same. Blow the particles away or brush it out. And if you don't have a wet wipes, and if you don't need the wipes, there is a cloth wipe, a dry wipe that you can purchase and clean it as well. All right, so again, circular pattern. All right. The other side of the lens pen is also for a dry cleaner. So you can also do that by cleaning circular motion. But most of the time, if this is attached to your body, it usually don't get dirty as much as the front glass. Okay. Before closing, covering it again, make sure that the cover is also clean. All right. Return the cover, put it back, and we're good to go. So that's for the lens. Now let's go to our camera body. Before you start cleaning the body, make sure you have the cap on. We don't want any dust going inside our sensor. So I cover this up and start with the blower. Alright, same as the lens, I try to take out the big particles first. Then I try to use the brush. Brush all those particles, the edges, the gaps in between buttons. See if it's clean. Nothing is stuck in between those gaps. And after, I give it a good wipe using this is a microfiber cloth. Alright. And that's it. Next question is, am I gonna clean the sensor? If you ask me, I would prefer to have the sensor cleaned by a professional. But there are times when it's necessary or a situation comes that I have to clean the sensor. I'm in the middle of a shoot and dust gets in my sensor, so I have to clean it on the spot. That's the time I clean my sensor. So, if it's an emergency, then I clean. If not, then if I can wait, I would rather have it cleaned by a professional. Okay, so how do I clean my sensor? First of all, it may not be, the dust particle may have not stick too hard on the surface. So a good blower might be able to do the job, but make sure your camera is facing down when you do that. So particles will fall instead of particles going back in if you do it this way. So again, face down and blow the particles away. Okay? And again, cover. Make sure to cover before you put it back to your camera. Right? Never ever open or change lens or clean your sensor in a dusty environment or a windy environment. I usually look for a place that has no wind. So I try to in one corner as long as there's no dust around. Now, if that dirt or that particle is really stuck inside or on the sensor and I couldn't take it out by just blowing it, never touch or even use the cloth to clean that sensor. Alright? I do have a kit. It's called the sensor cleaning kit. I use this for emergency only. All right. So what does it do? It has a liquid drops inside, and you're supposed to drop some liquid, cleaning liquid on the swab and clean your sensor. I only do this, remember guys, I only do this for emergency cases only. Okay? But it's good to have this in your kit. It doesn't cost much. It's a small swab. Put it inside your camera on the side, and then the liquid drops. But again, I don't recommend this unless you are in a middle of an emergency and there's no way that you can send it to a professional. Okay? So put this inside your bag on the side and just bring it out in case you need it ASAP. So that's it. That's how I clean my lens and camera body. Equipment costs a lot. They are not cheap. With the right care, if you clean it regularly, take good care of it, then they will last longer. So that's why I take care of my camera regularly. If you learned something from this episode, please hit the like button and invite your friends to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. See you in my next episode.